All right, let's just get straight to it. If you're here for comfort, you're in the wrong place. We're here for clarity. This is your guide to the October 21st new moon in Libra. And trust me, there is absolutely no fluff.
So, what you're about to hear, it's direct. This new moon isn't going to offer you any gentle suggestions or, some easy way out. No. It's holding up a mirror, a really harsh mirror, to the imbalances in your life, and it's forcing a turning point. Don't expect any comfort crumbs. All you're going to get is the unvarnished truth of what has to change.
Okay, so here's how this works. I'm going through each sign, and I'm reading the horoscope for you verbatim, exactly as it's written. No extra interpretations, no summaries, just the raw truth. So listen for your sign. Let's begin.
All right, Aries, let's start with you. This new moon is not going to be gentle. In fact, it's a full-on confrontation with everything that's fake, imbalanced, or one-sided in your closest relationships. So yeah, expect tension. The people you live with, the people you love, the ones you trust, they're the mirror right now. And let me tell you, that reflection is not flattering. You're going to feel exposed, kind of like someone just pressed on a bruise you forgot you even had. You're touchy, defensive, and it's not because you're wrong. It's because everyone around you keeps acting like they know what's best for you. In your love life, something is definitely off. You're either giving way too much or you're pretending things are okay when they're absolutely not. This isn't about passion, Aries, it's about fairness. And at work, I know you're tempted to just please everyone to keep things stable, but that strategy, it's costing you your self-respect. You have got to stop making other people's comfort more valuable than your own sanity.
And pay very close attention to this warning. Chasing approval right now is a trap. It's a complete trap. The real question you have to ask yourself is, what is my silence costing me? Because the fundamental truth here, all that chaos on the outside, it's just a reflection of what's going on inside you. Heal your relationship with yourself first. Just watch. Everything else will either fall in line or it will disappear. Okay, Taurus, your turn. This new moon is putting your daily routine under a microscope. And it's not looking away. Something in your day-to-day life just isn't working. You're completely overwhelmed, stretched way too thin, trying to hold it all together while telling yourself it's just a phase. Well, it's not. You're exhausted because you keep showing up for literally everyone except yourself. You feel uneasy, right? Like you're trying to find some calm in a house that's just full of blaring alarms. In relationships, you are so tired of being the reliable one. You want depth, not just dependency. And that career pressure is rising fast. Pretending your work is aligned with your soul is actually making you sick. I mean, literally. The fatigue, the headaches, the sleep problems, your body is screaming what your heart won't admit. Something has got to change.
And here's the critical warning for you. Constantly running on empty isn't noble. It's self-erasure. You are shrinking your own life down into a supporting role in someone else's story. The truth you need to get, right now, is that this feeling of falling apart, it's not a breakdown. It's an awakening. It's the universe demanding that you build some boundaries and heal the pressure you've been carrying before it completely breaks you.
Next up, Gemini. Look, this new moon isn't going to be fun and games, even if it is hitting the part of your chart that's supposed to be about all that. You've been trying to find joy, right? Through flirting, friends, being creative, but nothing is filling that invisible gap. This isn't a crisis, it's a soul check. You're chasing freedom, but you're actually running from something much deeper. You're restless, but if you're honest, you're not even sure why. There's this clash between what you value and what other people expect, and you're tired of explaining yourself. And a harsh truth is bubbling up too. Someone in your circle is not rooting for you. Their silence, their envy, their detachment, it's not in your head.
Now, the warning here is all about the illusion of happiness. If you choose the comfort of being dishonest with yourself, you're only going to end up with a joy that feels hollow and fake. So the real truth you've got to confront is this. Your focus shouldn't be on fleeting fun. It needs to be on the profound freedom that comes when you stop censoring yourself for an audience that doesn't even get you in the first place.
Cancer. This new moon is cracking open the most personal layer of your life, your home, your past, your entire emotional safety net. And it's not subtle, it's a wake-up call. You're craving peace, but every time you try to keep it together, you're really just burying the real issue, which is you don't feel truly safe. Not in your own skin, not in your role, not with the expectations that people are putting on you. You're feeling tender, but so tense. The ghosts of your past are loud right now. Old wounds, family pressure, that unresolved guilt, it's all coming to the surface. You're not crazy. You're just being haunted by truths that nobody else wants to name. You're holding so much tension in your body, you've probably forgotten what calm even feels like. That's not normal, that is suppression.
And here is a crucial distinction for you. Your responsibility is to your own peace. It is not to manage everyone else's comfort. Stop setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm. The core truth is that your need for rest and space is not a weakness. It's a requirement for rebuilding your own foundation, a foundation that you have neglected for way too long.
All right, Leo, let's talk. This new moon is hitting your voice, your truth, your daily conversations, and it's making one thing painfully clear. You have been editing yourself. You're watering down what you really think just to avoid conflict. But the more you play nice, the more trapped you feel. You're mentally overloaded. Words are just spinning around in your head, but none of them are being said out loud. With family, there are huge communication gaps. Someone doesn't get you, or even worse, they're twisting your words. Your silence, it's become a shield, but it's also become a prison. The elephant in the room is now your roommate. You have been too quiet for too long, and it is costing you.
So consider this a direct warning. Your silence is an invitation. It attracts people who profit from you not having a voice. But the real truth is you're not too much. You've simply reached the point where being understood is no longer negotiable. It's time to speak your truth. And watch, the right people will lean in and the wrong ones will walk away.
Now, Virgo, this new moon is going to expose a very raw nerve around your worth. And I'm not just talking about your money, I mean your value, your effort, your time. You're running like a machine, helping everyone else thrive, always staying useful. But underneath all that, there's this growing question: who's looking out for me? You're giving everything. What are you actually getting in return? You're quietly resentful. You're smiling on the outside, but a part of you just wants to scream, "Don't you see what I'm carrying?" The way you earn money might not feel aligned with your self-worth anymore. You're working harder, but you're feeling emptier. Burnout is right around the corner. You're over-functioning to avoid that deeper fear. What happens if you slow down and you still don't feel secure?
So, the warning here is about a very dangerous equation you've been living by. Your productivity does not equal your value. As long as you believe that lie, you will never, ever feel secure. The fundamental truth is that your worth is not something you have to earn through sacrifice. The question this new moon is forcing on you is, what would shift if you accepted your inherent worth, right now, without having to accomplish one more thing?
Libra, this new moon lands directly on you. Your identity, your image, your emotional spine. And the mirror it's holding up, yeah, it's brutal. You spent way too long trying to be what everyone else needed you to be. Polite, polished, predictable. But deep down, you are tired. Not tired of giving, but tired of not being seen while you're doing it. You feel fractured, like one part of you wants to completely reinvent itself, while another part still desperately wants to be liked. But that balance is breaking. You're craving real intimacy, but your people-pleasing reflex is killing any chance of it. You've literally trained people to expect peace from you, even when you are falling apart inside. That cycle ends now. This new moon demands a rebellion. Your joy must stop being optional.
And this is a critical warning. If you trade your truth for temporary peace, it will ultimately cost you your entire life. You will end up in a reality that you don't even recognize. But the truth is, you don't have to choose between being kind and being powerful. Choosing yourself isn't selfish. At this point, it's a necessity. This is the moment to drop the performance and let everyone else deal with who you really are.
Scorpio, this new moon is dragging up everything you've buried. All the fears, the memories, the guilt, the unspoken grief. You are not fine, and pretending you are is starting to crack your health, your focus, your entire sense of direction. You're exhausted, not because you do too much, but because you feel too much and you share almost none of it. You're emotionally full, but outwardly you're a blank slate, just holding your breath, waiting. You've carried weight that was never yours to carry, and your body is keeping score. The sleep issues, that tightness in your stomach, the sudden fatigue, that's repressed emotion, and it's leaking out through your nerves.
So let this warning be crystal clear. Your silence is a cage. It is not a fortress. It is doing far more harm than good. And the truth you have to embrace is that your purpose is transformation, not invisibility. And that transformation begins the second you face how exhausted you are from pretending. The cycle breaks when you finally let go.
Sagittarius, this new moon is here to expose all the cracks in your social world. The fake friends, the draining alliances, that one-sided support that just vanishes when you actually need it. You've outgrown certain people, but maybe guilt or nostalgia has kept you tied to them. Well, that stops now. Your loyalty should never, ever cost you your light. You're feeling disillusioned, aren't you? Starting to realize that not all company is good company. You might even feel isolated when you're surrounded by people. You've been the strong one for so long, but nobody seemed to notice that you were bleeding too.
So what's the point of success if you're just performing instead of actually living?
Heed this warning. The wrong company is far more toxic than being alone. And the truth is, you were never meant to make yourself smaller just to fit in. This is your chance to edit your social circle, to finally claim the starring role in your own life. And the connections that form after this cleanup, those will be the ones that truly matter.
Okay, on to Capricorn. This new moon is going to slam right into your public life, your reputation, your responsibilities, and it's going to expose the emotional cost behind all of your ambition. You've been holding everything together on the outside while quietly unraveling on the inside. Sure, maybe they admire your discipline, your achievements, but do they even know you? You're so controlled on the surface, but brittle underneath. It feels like one wrong move could make it all collapse. The pressure from your family is thick. You're expected to be the stable one, the fixer. But who's fixing you? The real wound here. You've never truly felt at home, not even with yourself.
So here's the warning about the path you're on. A life built only on duty leads to a lonely, hollow victory. But the real truth is that authentic power is found in alignment, when who you are on the inside finally matches what you do on the outside. This is your chance to stop performing and to start belonging, beginning with yourself.
Aquarius. This new moon is screaming awakening, but not the dreamy kind. No, this is a collision. It's a collision between the life you say you want and the one you've actually settled for. Your routines have become soul-dead. Your thoughts feel caged. Your voice has gone quiet in the name of being smart or being responsible. But your spirit, it is done playing small. You're restless, cynical, craving something real, but you're not sure how to break free without blowing everything up. You've been quiet for too long, hiding what you really think just to avoid backlash, but it's eating you alive from the inside.
So be warned, without taking a significant leap, your life risks becoming a beautifully decorated prison. The core truth here is that your personal truth is not up for debate or approval. It is meant to be lived. This is not a gentle suggestion. It's a direct challenge to choose a life of purpose over the comfortable numbness of your routine.
And finally, Pisces. This new moon is dragging you straight into the deep end. This is where the emotions are raw, the secrets are real, and all the masks come off. It's not gentle, it's surgical. You've been avoiding a real conversation about trust, about pain, about your own worth, and now the universe is done waiting. You feel heavy, right? You're feeling things you can't quite explain? Well, that's something trying to wake you up. Old betrayals, unhealed grief, money wounds, anything you've shoved down into the dark is now resurfacing. You're not broken. You're being emptied out so that you can actually heal.
The warning for you is absolute. Healing is impossible without confrontation. Pretending you're fine is like pouring gasoline on a fire you can't even see. And the truth is that your sensitivity, that's the source of your power. That power gets unlocked the moment you stop hiding your wounds and start owning your story. This is a necessary purge, so embrace it.
So, there you have it. No vague advice, no empty platitudes. This new moon doesn't suggest, it demands.
And the choice really is simple. You can either face what's been revealed and evolve, or you can ignore it and just repeat the same damn cycle, only harder next time.
That's the deal.